action. Okay, everybody. Here is my Hunter Low Profile Plus 52-inch ceiling fan in white. And it does look like one of the Hunters that sold at Home Depot. It looks very, I know what you're thinking, that it looks very, very similar to that. But trust me, this is a lot better. It doesn't have any of those fugly, newfangled blades Hunter's pushing these days. And the light kit was something that I added. It did come with a low profile light kit, but when I got it, the glass that came with it was shattered, and I decided to put a whole new fixture on it, whole new unit. And I even had that little thing that fits between the screws and the nose. And that ribbed glass is very typical of Hunter. They put that on a lot of fans, I noticed. And let's have a look at the vents. And let's have a look at the sideband. And right there is the Hunter logo. Don't know how well you can see it, but I can. And let's have a look at the blade. Pan over, got the nice Hunter, typical Hunter square blade. And it does look very generic. I know what you're thinking with the vents and all that, like the generic huggers, but you can't tell it's a Hunter like when you look at the blades. I mean, those blades are in the switch housing right there. Those are dead giveaway that it's Hunter. And it has the same shape as did the Hunter Low Profile 2, the much more common version. And this ceiling fan was manufactured January of 1997, by the way. So, and I picked this up at the Habitat for Humanity Restore in Columbus. And ironically, not even a year later, I went out to Columbus again and picked up the antique brass version of this fan that was all there and the glass was still intact. So I'm going to hang it right here in this spot when I'm done with this one, which will be soon. And it will be 100% just as it came. But I decided to experiment with this because I wanted to see how it looked with this. It's probably a knockoff of that, whatever that one is at Home Depot. The name escapes me now. Just correct me if I'm wrong, like whatever name it was. But it's not something I would ever buy. But Home Depot for the longest time did have a 42-inch 4-blade low profile with these very vents, but it had the new fangled Hunter nose and blade arms that was launched in the late 90s, early 2000s. Hunter still uses that to this day, the nose and switch housing, mind you. And that was one of their better Hunters that they've made post-millennium. Was that low profile Home Depot? I almost bought one because it was just the most practical looking without those streamlined looking blades. I like them like this. And with the exception of the Summer Breeze and Mayfair models, Passport, they all had the pointed blades, but these ones hit the spot. And let's see a little light on the situation. And by the way, the poles are something I added myself. It looks great illuminated. And the low profile 2 I was mentioning earlier, the vents were shaped like bananas. They were horizontal shaped vents. And you'll see a lot more of those than you would these. I call them the armadillo low profile, the low profile 2, mind you, because, well, I had a fascination with armadillos at the time, and, well, I'm not going to get into that. Let me rev up this fan first on low. Yeah, as Dan, aka Spiffy, will point out, I'm known for naming fans weird things that appear to be Sesame Street characters and other kinds of different species. I just had to say that. Looks good on low. Okay, medium. I'm starting to feel some air. It's on medium. It puts out a good bit of air. These Hugger Hunters do crank out a lot of air, let me tell you what. This is like the competition on high. I mean, like the post 2000s competition Huggers on high. And we will try this one on high. Wow, look at it go. She's all poised and had a slight wobble, but I was able to fix it with a blade balancing kit. It's not like the blades were out of clock or anything, but simple fix. She's running the way she should now. There was a reverse switch. I wanted to show you that. So it is reversible. Wow, it can really cool you down on a hot day, especially if you're tall and and or you have low ceilings. This fan will accommodate you well. And we will power it down. Ever since I balanced the blade, she runs flawlessly. Gonna watch her spin down. And the other side of the blades is white, just like what you see on it. It doesn't have, unfortunately, the bleached oak option on it. I wish it did, otherwise I would have that shown. No questions asked. This fan's a masterpiece. It really is. I wouldn't have an excuse to use that light kit, so I decided to. I think I ripped it off one of the GE Vent builder fans I got from a friend's house in 2011. It was down in North Carolina. They're white and polished brass, but the light fitter should have been polished brass, but they were white like this, so I just yanked it off and put brass lights on them and sold the fans because I had no intention of keeping them. I even put one in my church, if you saw my church video about the ceiling fans. That's a perfect position to stop. Okay, folks, this concludes our broadcast day. Thank you for watching. More to come.